Step 1. Introduction. Maui no ka'oi. In Maui, we have a saying, Maui no ka'oi, which means Maui is the best. The second largest of the Hawaiian Islands, Maui is the perfect blend of unspoiled tropical paradise and luxury resort destination. Nicknamed the Valley Isle due to the luscious green valley resting between its two volcanoes, Haleakala and Mauna Kahalawai, West Maui Mountains, Maui is best known for its natural beauty and its spirit of aloha. Stunning beaches, mystic jungle waterfalls, bamboo forests, waving fields of sugarcane, whales breaching in the crystal blue ocean, sunrise over a volcano, all these sights and more await the visitor to Maui. Honeymooners, golfers, sports enthusiasts, and families with small children can all find the perfect vacation destination here. The Hawaiian Islands were first settled by voyagers from the Marquesas Islands, a group of volcanic islands 2,000 miles away in French Polynesia. According to Hawaiian tradition, Hawaiiloa was the navigator on that first journey and named the island of Maui after his son, who had himself been named for the demigod Maui. Oahu and Kauai were similarly named after his other sons, while the Big Island of Hawaii was named after Hawaiiloa himself. The original settlers of the Hawaiian Islands populated the islands for 600 to 800 years before the Tahitians arrived around the year 1200. These settlers may have been the Menehune, little people of legend. The word Menehune comes from the Tahitian word manahune, meaning commoner, and may refer to a race of people who were considered lesser in social status rather than being significantly small in stature. The Menehune were said to be skilled master craftsmen who built heiau, temples, fish ponds, and other structures, some of which can still be seen today on Kauai and Oahu. The first Westerner to arrive in the Hawaiian Islands was an Englishman named Captain James Cook, who made landfall in Kauai in 1778. Captain Cook didn't land on Maui because the surf was too high and he couldn't find a harbor. During his third visit to the Hawaiian Islands, an altercation broke out and Cook was killed in the melee. He died in 1779 at the age of 51 on the Big Island at Kealakekua Bay. In 1786, Jean-François de Galaup-Lapérouse was the first European to actually set foot on Maui, making landing in the area now known as La Perouse Bay. King Kamehameha I of the Big Island invaded Maui in 1795, and by 1810 he had united the entire archipelago into one kingdom. During these years, several contagious diseases decimated the Hawaiian population, which was estimated at somewhere between 250,000 to 1 million people when Europeans first arrived in 1779. As a consequence of European contact and exposure to measles, cholera, and gonorrhea, by 1848 the number of remaining Hawaiians numbered only around 88,000. In 1893, approximately 100 years after Maui became part of a united Hawaii, the kingdom was overthrown by United States businessmen on the island of Oahu, leading to the annexation of the islands to the United States in 1898. In 1896, the Hawaiian language was banned from schools and government offices and would not be allowed in schools for the next 40 years. Hawaii officially became the 50th state in 1959. Maui weather and geography. Maui weather varies more by location than by season due to its microclimates. Each area has its own distinctive climate. At any given time, it is likely to be raining somewhere on Maui and sunny in another location, maybe only a few miles apart. If at any time you don't like the weather in Maui, you can get in your car and drive for a few minutes to find weather more to your liking. The dominant feature of Maui, Haleakala Volcano, is considered the world's largest dormant volcano and is believed to have erupted last in 1786. The summit of Haleakala gets very cold, while temperatures are usually warmer at sea level. Overall, Maui's daytime temperatures average between 75 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit year-round, with evening temperatures dropping by about 15 to 18 degrees. The weather can be quite variable even within these microclimates, so you may need to be flexible with your plans if the weather isn't cooperating. Swap a windy beach day for a bamboo forest hike, rather than spend the day dodging blasts of sand in your face. Central Maui, Kahului, Wailuku, tends to be hot throughout the year. Kahului can be at times muggy, but doesn't actually get a lot of rain. Wailuku gets more rain than Kahului since it is closer to the West Maui Mountains. South Maui, Kihei, Wailea, Makena, and West Maui, Lahaina, Ka'anapali, Kapalua, are both commonly dry and hot, up to 92 degrees. If it's raining in these areas, it may be raining over the entire island. In these areas you will find tropical flowers that do best in drier climates, such as hibiscus and plumeria. The North Shore, Haiku, Paia, and East Maui, Keanai, Hana, and Kipahulu get significantly more rain, especially at higher elevations. These areas are therefore lush and covered in thick vegetation, including tropical flowers that thrive in wet conditions, such as ginger, heliconia, and anthurium. Haiku has measurable rain approximately 204 days per year. The Oheo Gulch Pools area of Kipahulu has measurable rainfall an astonishing 270 days per year. A popular saying in Maui is, "No rain, no rainbows." Upcountry Maui usually has warm temperatures during the day with cooler evenings. The higher up Haleakala you venture, the cooler the temperatures, especially at night or early morning. Kula can get as cold as 40 degrees in the wee hours, and the summit of Haleakala can have freezing temperatures and even snow on rare occasions. Occasionally, Maui gets kona winds or storms, meaning southwesterly winds, opposite direction of the usual trade winds. Kona storms sometimes bring rainfall to the south and west areas of Maui that are typically hot and dry. The Kona winds can also bring VOG, harmful volcanic air pollution emitted from the Big Island's Kilauea volcano. Important information for visitors. When visiting a new area, it's important to learn about and respect the local culture. Here are some tips for visiting Maui. 1. Respect the Aina, land. Please clean up after yourself and don't litter. Keep a distance from sea turtles, monk seals, and humpback whales. They are endangered species and are protected by law with hefty fines. Also, don't step on or touch coral reefs. Reef-safe sunscreen will also help make sure Maui's reefs are protected and are still here when you next visit. Watch for Marine Life Conservation District signs. These areas do not allow fishing nor the taking of any natural resources, including marine life, rocks, or shells. Your kokua, careful consideration, is appreciated. 2. Always remove your shoes before entering someone's home. 3. When taking a leisurely drive, if you notice a local driver behind you, pull off the road to your right as soon as it is safe to do so and let the local person pass. They are probably on the way to work and will be extremely grateful not to drive at a sightseeing pace. 4. You may hear the word haole, which is the Hawaiian word for foreigner and is not generally meant disrespectfully. It simply means someone unfamiliar. 5. Note kapu signs and stay out of these forbidden areas. The Tahitians introduced the kapu system, a strict code of conduct and religious law system with thousands of rules. The kapu system was the core of Hawaiian culture until it was abolished in 1819. Kapu means restricted, and to this day the word is often used to mean no trespassing on